this is Noe. Welcome back to the channel. I just want to talk about this new variant I found, a solo variant for the Istanbul Dice game. So the variant is very simple. Essentially, you're just playing to be the first to get to 6, just like the normal game, at least for 2 players. And all the AI is doing really is just rolling 3 dice on their turn, and then they collect whatever is shown. So whatever the dice result is. So they'll collect, for instance, a couple of yellow, a couple of blues, and a green. And they would add it to their supply. And then basically that's the whole turn. After that, they just check to see among their supplies if they have enough in order to be able to take one of the rubies that's present. And if there's ever a tie between which rubies they can go ahead and just take the one that has the most rubies left on whichever track it is that they're aiming for. So this was pretty competitive, honestly. I only played the just kind of standard, simple, easy mode, but I hear that you can add more dice to the AI to give it a much bigger ramp up in production. But this was a good one. It's very simple, very low maintenance, and I was close. I had 5, but just not quite enough to be able to beat it. Also, if they manage to gain a ruby on their turn, they're going to go ahead and roll the die here in order to determine which one of these tiles they're going to take. So they basically get a one-time use on the tile. So for instance, if they had this one, it would go into their supply, and then when their turn comes around again, they get the mosque bonus, and then this tile's discarded. So it's basically a one-time bonus for them. And this just helps them to stay a little bit more competitive. It gives them just a little extra to work with on their turn, since they're sort of just rolling dice and taking whatever's given with no rerolls. The little reroll crystals are only used for certain mosque tiles. So you don't even really use those ones during this variant, except for yourself. Overall, I really like it. It's a really simple variant. Doesn't add any overhead. The game runs in about 15 minutes. And honestly, I'm thinking I could probably treat this a bit like Jaipur, where you play best 2 of 3 rounds. I mean, a 30 to 40 minute game of this is pretty much on par with the normal playing time anyways. But I mean, sometimes it runs even faster than that. This is a really solid variant though. I like it a lot. So definitely recommend checking it out. I'll go ahead and show after this clip. You'll get to see just what the variant looks like on Board Game Geek, and I'll put in the description the designer of it and where you can find it if you'd like to try it out for yourself. But very little overhead, just rolling 3 dice, collecting whatever the resources are, and trying to score rubies just like you. So this is a good, solid, simple opponent. I'm probably going to put this in with my 2-player games, to be honest. It's just like the Great Western Trail variant. It's very little overhead. Not a whole lot of extra that you have to think about. You're just doing one specific thing on the turn, and it keeps it pretty simple, honestly. But I love Istanbul. It's such a good game. I haven't played the Big Brother version, but from everything I hear, it's kind of crazy and chaotic and a bit messy and maybe a little hard to plan your turns. But I love this version. I love the dice. They're just very nice wooden dice. They're light, they're colorful. Some of the stickers or some of the prints are a little bit off on portions, but I like it. It's just got such a nice quality to it. But I love this game. Definitely recommend the variant. And yeah, check for that in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye.